I'm making some little hand tan tools. And the first two I'm making are original, so I decided to make a couple more. I'm going to show you how to do it. If you really liked it, I posted it during the break. Everything I made. There we go today. Anybody wants it. Yeah, Winston. Little hand tools today. And that one's done. So, this is a really useful tool. So I'm going to make a couple more. And I'm going to show you how to do it. You ever take those paper cones and stuff them full of stuff? You know, put the cannabis in the paper cones. We use one of these. Pack it into the crush. Instead of a pen. I'm not making a pipe. Oh, that's it's already got Christmas on it. So if I do this, it looks like a little plant. So that's what it looks like when the flume gets trapped into the end of it. It's really cool. What's a weekend? What's a weekend? I think it's Sunday. It's really windy here in Alaska. You guys can hear the wind in the background. The roofs are all blown away out here in Alaska today. Yeah, this is something I just came up with today. It's a little tool to pack your cannabis into your cones, you know, boxes. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know what I'm talking about. You're like, huh? Huh? So what? Pack your cannabis down into the... I think I want to do one of the mushroom with it. Okay. -4. What? Yeah, it's like warm here in Alaska. I think it's like 130. Or more closer to 30. Alright, so this time I'm going to start off with a big old rod like this. And then add a little extra color to it like this. Let's see if I can make this one really, really cool. Right? If you know, you know. I'm selling them for $40 if anybody wants one. Cannabis tamping tools. Oh, fuck yeah. Tamping cannabis. Cannabis. Alright, check this out. Add color to the food rod. Swizzle stick works. The little tubes they come with work fine, but this glass works 10 times better. Side hustles on side hustles on side hustles, you know. then I'm going to do this to it. Slowly. So I'm going to do this to get a really beautiful pattern of the glass watch. Dreams. Lump it all together. Dreams are amazing. I'm just going to cut it in half like this. And then I'm going to cut it in half again. Like this. That out. Because I need a smidge. I don't need too much, just a little bit. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to set these two pieces aside. So now I got that many. So I'm going to give this one some style. Is it kind of good? Make it round and then we'll do this. that's an old show, man. Then I'm going to do this. So I got a flat disc. What I'm going to do, a little bit of heat up on there. And slowly spin my hands. Like that, see? That's real pretty. I like it. And then I'll kind of thicken up that part where it connects. Just a little bit. I'm making a little hand tamp tool today. I just invented these today, so I'll make a couple of them. It's better than a piece of plastic. And then I'll pull that tip off. I can see it. Yeah, the power's out at the radio station. Man, the freaking wind is so strong it blew all the fucking Christmas lights off my neighbor's house. How fucked up is that? Oh, bro. Shit was all in tatters. God damn. Absolute devastation. I'll buy something and I'll buy a microphone, bro. What? Yeah, you first. I got all different prices on my work. I just posted a whole bunch up though. I think the cheapest spoon is like $40. Maybe. It's windy. Nice. I'm trying to get this nice and flat and even. I don't want it too wide and I don't want it sharp. Perfect. Now you can see it's got a flat bottom. So you pack those tubes and then, you know, hi. Let's try something else. Close the board. Let's make something. I think I'm gonna make a soap dish. Anybody want to see a soap dish? Anybody? A soap dish? Let's make a soap dish out of this piece of glass. Soap dish. Who's with me? Put your dial in it. Dial up some soap. Yeah. Alright, soap dish coming up. Let's see what we do. Make it great. First thing we do is add a little bit of color, just like this. Okay, color added. We're gonna do a soap dish right now. For those of you just joining in, let's make a soap dish. I use soap. Does anybody else use soap? Fuck, this could be a thing. I'm thinking I'm the only guy with a bar of soap. Yeah, I like to jam out, but unfortunately, I don't know if you guys caught that, but the winds here in Alaska had blown all the electrical lines down to the fucking ground, and yeah, no radio. No radio. I got this all sorts of power here in Alaska. I just happen to know a guy. How you doing? This is gonna be a soap dish. Alright, here we go. So the first thing we're gonna do is take all this glass and heat it back up into one main piece of glass. Show that. Y'all hear the wind out there? This shit is crazy. I think there's like 80-mile-an-hour gusts outside of my house right now. Like I said, the neighbor's Christmas lights fucking brutal. Alright, so as it heats up, I'm pushing my hands together slowly. Nebraska! Bro, thank you. Yeah, my trash can was in my yard, my neighbor's yard, like 1,000 feet away from our living. So you see it's kind of coming together. I just don't want it to collapse. Just want to heat it up and slowly push my hands together. And then maybe guide it a little bit with this back thing. Alright, now we're going to push it into a bubble, blow it into a shape, and then spin it out into a dish. This is how I do it. And I might fuck it up too, it's just a demo, so don't freak out if it gets all fucked up. It's just a demo, baby. If it works, it works. We're attempting a soap dish this evening, for those of you just joining. Okay, now we're going to expand that bubble just a little bit. Alright, now we're going to take this end off, and then we're going to see if we can open up the dish and make it cool enough to hold my bar of soap. Because the last one slid right off and it wasn't the right, so we stuck it back in the kiln to turn into a marble. So I'm going to heat up just the lip, and then I'll just blow some air into it. Expand it out, and then flame cut that thin bubble off Just like this. And discard it. Wouldn't that be weird? You could see what I see from my perspective. Really? I don't think that would be the vibe. But maybe. What do you guys think? Does Jeremiah need new glasses? It would definitely be unique. Alright, here we go. So now we're going to thicken up that lip. Going for a soap dish. Let's see if we can do it. We're going to start off with this little half a bubble right here. Thicken up that lip real nice. It's okay if it's a little fucked up because it's got to be, you know, kind of offset for a soap dish. You don't want it to be perfect. You kind of want it to be real close. Alright, so here we go. We got that lip nice. Now we're just going to open it up and see what kind of shape I can get from heat and gravity. Come on, soap dish. Can we do a soap dish? Maybe. Come on, soap dish. It's looking soap dishish to me. Like a soap dish shape. Should all the bar of soap, maybe? Now I'm going to see if I can't grab it. Get it in my little tool here. Come on, baby. Get a good grip on it. Don't let it slip. Don't let it slip. Oh, got it. Now we're going to see if we can't take this off. We're making a soap dish. And we're going to take this off and see if we can thicken up the bottom just right so it actually holds the dish. What up, man? Ben in the chat. What's up, Ben? Alright, come on, baby. We can do it. We can do it. I've only made a couple soap dishes, and the ones I made I thought were pretty cool. So, take another one. Everybody's got soap, right? Just got to clean up that bottom. Thanks for stopping by today, y'all. You're having a wonderful Saturday out there. We're holding it down out here, hoping the roof doesn't blow off. It just might, though. It sounds like 100-mile-an-hour winds out there. 100 miles per hour. I want a nice even bottom here before I thicken it up, so I'm going to take that off. Like that. See if we can make a soap dish. Let's see. Maybe. Thank you. It only counts if it doesn't explode. All right, this is my soap dish. What do you guys think? Check it out. Not an ashtray, a soap dish. Those are supposed to keep your countertop clean, right? There you go. Soap dish. All right, something different. Cool. Alright, check it. This was my last soap dish, and the soap was falling off of that one. Go figure, right? So I'm going to turn this into something different. Right before your eyes. Maybe something cool. Let's see what we can do with it. It's a pretty massive piece of glass. It feels like it weighs about 10 ounces. Alright, here we go. So we're going to slowly heat this up. And attach this to it. So I'm going to hold it in the back of the flame and warm it up for a second. Where's the soap? Yo, where's the soap? Alright, so first thing I do is put on another handle. Alright, here we go. Make a nice seal. This was on my counter this morning. I was like, I don't like it. Let's turn that to something else. And so that's why I made that new soap dish, because I was like, man, that ain't working. It's falling apart. I really like the way this looks, but I think it wants to be something else. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Let's spin it up and see what happens. Make a nice piece of seaweed. Stretch it out. It would make a good spoon holder, I suppose, but I already have one of those. I do make spoon holders too. Ooh, I haven't posted any of those on my website. That's a good idea. Does anybody want a spoon holder? I can make those. See how it's spinning? Look at that. Check this out. Watch this. Maybe I'll make like some kind of unicorn horn out of the fucking thing. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll turn this into a magic wand, right? So make a magic wand. Alright, let's see. Should we make a magic wand? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't made one of those in a minute. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure what it's going to be. So it's going to be cool. I actually just posted one that's an actual weapon. You should check it out on my website. You can straight up kill a man with it. It's got a sharp ass claw on it. I swear to God. Checking you for the wrong kind of metal, you know what I mean? Like, what you got on you? Any weapons on you? Yeah. It's a weapon. Walk right through security with that one. We're going for a unicorn horn now. Cool. Let's see it. Okay, so I went from a soap dish to like a magic wand. Cool. Drop it. Alright, so we turned this crazy flat piece of glass into this crazy sculpture. We're going for savage unicorn magic there. Y'all seen that movie where the unicorn kills everybody yet? I was exposed to that one night. And it led to the inspiration for this. There we go. Crazy magic wand sculpture. Oh, okay. So let's heat this up and see what I can do with it. Y'all hear the wind? A little bit of flavor like this. I'm gonna mix it in, man. We're rocking out to some Mac Miller. We got tired of listening to the 80s fucking rock and the propaganda. Got tired of the propaganda, man. Turn that shit off. But I'm still blowing glass, and now you can see it. Yo, yeah, facts, yo. That was a sad fucking day. Sad fucking day. I hella relate to that dude's music. Because I guess you would do if you just sat in your fucking studio all day for like a fucking 1,000 years. Pretty sure that's what that dude did. I think the first time I ever heard Mac Miller's music was on that Rick Ross song. That was the first time I ever heard. That was like 2014, I think. Thanks, man. Can you make a fork? Yeah, I can make a fork. Man, when you're hungry and you got no fork, you gotta learn how to make a fork, baby. That was fucking glassblowing 101. How to make silverware. And chopsticks. 'Cause, yeah, we had noodles but no tacos back then, you know what I mean? Noodles but no tacos. So now I'm just rounding this tip up and I got this beautiful like planet model on it. It's sick as fuck. Tiger's eye, bro. Tiger's eye. We took that Tiger style song to heart, you know, and I need that there. Tiger style. Yeah, we were listening to the Wu-Tang Clan too since day one. Since day one. All the way out here in Alaska. Listen to that New York music. We got the same weather pretty much. Maybe that's why we relate so well. Sound like we live in the cold. So I'm going to make a nice round top. Ah, that's cool. Then I'm going to thicken up that connection point right there. Just to give it a little extra strength. I'm making a hand tamping tool to pack your cannabis joints a little better into the tubes if you are into that fucking into the industry, or if you're even just a recreational smoker and you want to put your personal fucking, magic to better use. With something a little more stylish, like a stick or a piece of plastic. Use one of these. And I just made the first one today. Just invented this shit. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Maybe some gotta make sure it's straight. Dr. Pepper. 500. 500 for an 18-inch. Alright, so then we're going to clean up that last little bit there, and then we got this sick looking little planet marble on the end of this little tool here. No, you can't see one because I haven't made it yet. You want me to make you one? It's 500. 500 rupees. I think I got 3 regular style bombs on my page right now. If you want one of those, I think the most expensive on there is $150. And then just round out that tip just a little bit more. I kind of wanted to bring that ball of glass down just a little bit more, make it real round, like a little marble on top. So I put that base there so I could heat it up better. Locked in already. What's the biggest size bong I made? Oh, I don't know. 3-footer probably. I'm much past 3 feet. It's kind of impractical, but whatever. If you want to send me the cheddar, I'll make you a big. Cheddar makes it all better. Alright, there we go. So now it's brown. I like it. Just keep it on center like this. So yeah, that's another little hand stamping tool I'm working on right there. Oh, that's sick as fuck. I like it. Alright, so. You have to burn yourself. Large jar. I got a couple large jars on my website. Take a look. I already made a couple. Then I give it one last little clean up, and yeah. There we go. It's a blower motor, yeah, I know this. Alright, what should we do now? Alright, let's try something cool. The air is hissing kind of loud. Yeah, everybody should be growing something. Everybody should be growing their own food out there, I think. You can't buy food from the grocery store. That's not even food anymore. You sure as hell can't get it from some fucking place with a sign on the side of the fucking road. Food here. I don't think so. The only food we can trust these days is what you grow yourself, baby. So we gotta get started. Here in Alaska, we grow lots of potatoes. That doesn't even sound good. Potatoes. And we can grow some good greens. We got short growing seasons here. Especially when we got them chemtrails and the fucking all that. I don't know if any of you look up stuff. Look up. Please. It's out in the sky. That one for 150 is like 18 inches. 16 or 18, it's fucking huge. It's like that. The big jar I think holds like almost 3/4 of an ounce. I'm gonna add a little flavor into this. Little fella, just a skosh goes a long way. Now check this out. Then I'll just take this tube, heat it up, and stick it right on the end of this one. I think I'm gonna make this into an inside-out pipe this time. Like I just did a soap dish and a couple cool little tamping tools. I think I want to make a really nice inside-out pipe now. I haven't done one of those in a long time. So I'm gonna demonstrate that to you. We're gonna blow this into kind of like a bell shape. Yeah, I don't have a microphone. I wore it into the fucking hot tub. I had one. I wore it into the hot tub. Forgot about that shit. It's attached. When I was in Vegas or some shit, I don't remember. I lost it. Yes, I would make a whiskey glass of cake. There's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to show you one of them. Alright, so I'm making a cone, right? There we go, there's a cone. Then I'm going to plug the end with an earplug. This was one of those hidden techniques when I started that nobody would talk about. Like, shh, we don't talk about that. Shh. The wind is 100 miles per hour here in Alaska, and there's no radio anymore. We've lost all fucking broadcasting except for this. Listen to Pro Jam. It's about. Then I'm going to take a little silver and spray it into the inside of this, like this. Half the city's shut down out here in Alaska. I live in a tiny town that's the size of a postage stamp. Me and my cat all the time. Me and my cat. Just us. Chill. Really. Don't let it stick to the glass, but it doesn't really matter. Poppy little clouds here. You're not really going to mess anything up. You just got to keep practicing. Alright, see this? Now we're going to sprinkle that flavor in there like this, and we're trying to coat all the inside surface with this silver. Should I do it twice and we can call it double blown? What do you guys think? Yeah, double blown, Jeremiah, do it. Double blown. Smoking triple blown, guys. See that? It's going in there now. All the silver inside of it. Then we're going to go one step further and just start adding some dots on the inside, right? Watch. So you can draw names, lines, colors, whatever. You can put rainbows in there. You can put your favorite cat's name on the outside of it, on the inside of it. That's all good. Watch. And then just go like this. So I get it super hot and then start putting all the colors and the dots on the inside of the glass. You can see that? Instead of on the outside of the glass. And that's what they call it inside out, because it reflects from So I'm just doing this as a demonstration so you guys understand the technique. And you can see why you don't see me doing that much, because it's like, why? I'm really curious. More spark. What do you want sparkly, Jeremiah? Come on, spend an extra hour on it, make it sparkle. No, I don't think so. I just want to make what I want to make. So today we're going to do some inside out. Why not? And this is a basic way to do it. Throw some dots on the inside. You could do lines too. Like I said, it's just a demonstration. And so then usually I would do these in silver and then come back in and add some gold over the top of that. And that makes this really pop. And you start seeing like greens and purples and all sorts of crazy colors on your glass. You're like, holy shit, that's sick as fuck. Blow your mind. Like, yeah, fuming is the ish. I thought we gotta change the music real quick for a second. Music is sounding sus as hell. Right. Oh yeah, we gotta get Mike Jones back on there. Back then. There we go. That's the bounce. Mike Jones! Who's with me? Anybody else? No, Michael's all on me. Alright, we won't keep it up. Here we go. You gotta keep this really warm, or else it tends to explode. So check the technique. This is how I do it. So as you can see, it takes time to do this technique. But if you do it right, it looks really cool. And if you do it wrong, you just end up with a blob of fucked up looking glass. And you're like, oh, I'm sure glad I spent 2 hours on that one. Just too chubby. I skate on the weekends. That's good. My pockets stick out more than my belly. I love it. So y'all seeing the vibes there? You getting the point of the technique here? That's it. Yeah, can't stop, won't stop, ever. Until we drop. Keep on pushing, baby, keep pushing. No days off. I've been like enjoying your weekend. I'm like, what the fuck is a weekend, bro? The secret sauce to this technique is keeping the glass warm, else it will crack and you'll be fucked. You gotta start over. And the saddest part too, like shit. It's looking like a cornucopia, huh? And so it starts to get a little more sensitive the closer down to the bottom of it. I'm waiting for the roof to blow off. Holy fuck, you guys hear that? God damn! It's crazy out here. Then it stops. So you can also do this on the end of a rod too, but you have less control when you start heating it up towards the top. And that's another way to do this. Like I said, there's a few ways to do this. You could even cut the shit open and weld it back together if you want. Sometimes. Alright, so now the trick is to melt that shit all in without fucking it up. Yeah, that's the wind. We've got 80-mile-an-hour gusts out here in my house today. Alright, so here we go. Let's see if we can focus with this and fix it. I'm going to try to add a little bit more silver on the inside too. Yeah, we've blown glass in a storm. I don't care. We weren't going to take the day off. We don't care. It's windy outside. Come on, jeez. A little more silver added. Now we're going to heat this up and see if we can collapse it without fucking it up. Which is difficult to do. Look, it's all weird looking, right? Maybe I can do it though. Maybe. It's like a waffle cone, don't it? Pay attention, this is how it's done. This is inside out. One way to do it, there's many ways to do it. Hope that helps somebody out there tonight. Then I'm going to take that earplug out. If you don't do that, you're fucked because the whole bubble will collapse. You'll be starting over. After all that time, you'll be like, fuck. Great. You will not get a taco. Starving. I was demonstrating the inside-out technique this evening. Thank you for joining me. popular technique back in the day. Everybody would be like, oh, dude, what do you got this inside out? And no one would talk about it. They'd be like, shh, we don't talk about it. It was like Fight Club, right? How do you do that? And no one would show. No one would say a fucking word. We didn't have no YouTube when I started. Got a whole bunch of fuck yourself. Yeah, we don't talk about Fight Club. We're just gonna show you, because actions speak louder than words. So if you know what you're seeing, then yeah, you got it, baby. And if you don't, well, grab some hot fun. It's just entertainment. Alright, so I'm gonna close this all down and then clean out the tip. Because everybody likes a clean tip, right? Clean, fresh. Right? It should be sick as fuck. See what we do. You know how I feel. Don't you? Clean tips. That's what it's all about, baby. Keep your tips clean. That's right. It's a new life. Let me just make sure that everything's closed up. Fish in the sea. I love that song. Makes me just want to run around and give people hugs all fucking day. How you doing? Then I'm going to clean up that end. You know, maybe I'll lose a few of them dots, but so what? What you really want to do is make sure you get rid of any fume that's left on the surface. So that all the color's underneath the glass, not on the outside. And if you do it right, like I just did, you'll get this pattern right here, watch. Then I'm going to heat this up and kind of expand it out so all those bubbles kind of magnify it up. See how much work it takes to do this technique? A lot. Sense of the power. Good. All right, so now you can see all those dots on the inside of the glass and how the fume is expanded into this beautiful pattern underneath the surface of the glass. And all that will change color when you smoke at it. Look at that. So that's how you do the inside out technique. Hope that helps some. As you can see, it takes a lot of fucking extra time. Patience. Alright, here we go. Now I'm gonna turn this into a spoon. Sickest spoon I made in a minute. Fuck, I might keep this. Unless you want to buy it. I'll sell it to you. I got enough pipes. Check it. So this is the second step. We're going to take all that glass and bring it down just a little ways. And the object here is to keep it thick. You don't want to fuck this up. Clean up the mouthpiece of this. 740, what the fuck is that? All that today is a Dr. Pepper. All I had today was coffee and Dr. Pepper. There's a snack. Alright, so this is almost ready. Inside out glass has a tendency to crack when you go up to this end to take off that handle. So I usually remove about an inch above without always and heat it up for a second before I heat it up. And that's another technique. That'll save you lots of time. Heat it up first. Oklahoma, what's up? Or you can just put in a big bushy flame like this. Working on some inside out glass. I don't know if I've ever demonstrated this technique on a show before. So now I'm going to give it that final shaping on this end. Just the tip. That last little bit of glass and give it a spin. And then clean up that pattern. Just a little bit. You don't want to have any like blank spots right there. Came out real nice. So there you go, inside out pipe. That's how you do it. What y'all think? It's definitely cool with gold too. The gold is like greenish orange. And that's real pretty. That's real pretty. See how big we can get this. You don't want to get it too thin, but this inside out glass gets really thick so you can blow it out of it. Crazy pattern, right? You gotta be really careful blowing air in here on this section because a little water gets in right there and the whole thing explodes. There you go. It's funny as fuck. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, good job, bitches. There it is. It's 7:50 in Alaska. But I might as well be on the fucking moon. I don't really believe anything they told me anymore. want to make sure the surface that you set it onto is clean. Wipe it off real quick. Legal to grow plants? Isn't that funny? She just asked me that. Of course, we can grow plants. And how many people are growing their own food? I think that's the real question. Yeah, it's legal now. Alright, so again, this is inside out. It wants to blow up, so we're going to be real careful here. Give it a Google search. You can spend $1 or $1 million. All that's required is your attention and time. Yeah, lots. I really want to start seeding fucking watermelons. Yeah, don't care if it takes me 4 months to grow a fucking seeded watermelon. That's all my things to do before I die. I want to grow some seeded watermelons. They won't sell them to me in the store because they're healthy for me. So I can buy 12 packs of soda, Doritos. Well, we don't see seeded watermelon too much in Alaska. And when we do see it, the last time I saw it, it's all rotten. Well, I did do that shit on purpose. Make sure it takes 6 weeks to get here, yeah. Boarded on this shit. I picture Mr. Burns arranging that fucking delivery. Got him again. No fruit again this one. Not much fruit growing here in Alaska. Apples and raspberries, berries. Man, you need a grow light if you want to grow some tomatoes in your apartment. Yeah, get some T5s like this. You might be able to grow some tomatoes. Little cherry tomatoes, maybe. I'd rather grow fucking vegetables than weed these days, but that's just me. I could eat the fucking vegetables, right? Can't eat the weed. Sell it and buy food with it? Come on, that doesn't even make sense. Grow food. You don't gotta sell shit. Got the food, you eat it. Right? Oh, I would fucking grow broccoli. I tried to grow a garden last year when the weather was so shitty I couldn't grow nothing. I tilled the soil and all that. It's rain and rain. Chemtrails and rain. I love it here. It's nice and cold. Having good broccoli. So this is an inside-out pipe for those just jumping in. I really demonstrated this on the show too much because, as you can see, it takes a long fucking time to do. So that one's $100. If anybody wants to buy this, it's $100. You can see how much fucking time it took me to do it. Oh yeah, we can grow jalapenos. Inside out pipe. That was the demo. Anybody want that one? It's $100. I'm gonna do something different now. Something sculptural. I think I'm gonna stick a sperm on the end of this just for the fuck of it. Great tomatoes. We're going to do a little sculpture on this one. Alright, pay attention, watch. The thing we're going to do is round up the tip. Just the tip. I'm listening to commercials right now, but I was listening to Codeine Crazy by Future. Alright, so we're going to stick a sperm on the end of this one, just go, watch out, it's frisky. It's feeling frisky. make a sperm. We're gonna make a sex symbol. They're like, what? Yeah, sex symbols. Ah. We're gonna make a sperm. I think I like it. There we go, a little tamp tool. I like it. And damn, it's 8 o'clock, and I think that's the end of the show. The wind's kind of diabolical. Y'all hear that? Hey, what's up, New York? Thanks for stopping by today. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Jeremiah needs snacks. I'm fucking hungry. And maybe I'll make tacos. Maybe I'll make tacos. Alright, there we go. There's my little tool. A little hand tamp. Thanks for watching the show today. Hope you all enjoyed the demonstrations. But that is the show. If you like what you saw me make today, please feel free to check out my website and buy some glass to keep the show going. That's one way to light a cigar. Thanks, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. Happy Saturday. Mad love. Peace out. Boom, 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 boom.